Hi, stationery friends. Welcome to Ginger Peachy Pens. My name is Sarah, and yes, you heard that right. If you've been following me for any length of time, you'll know that on YouTube here I was going by Ginger Peachy Stationery. I was thinking about it, and my Instagram is Ginger Peachy Pens, and that's my username over there. My username here right now is just at Ginger Peachy. I need to switch it to Ginger Peachy Pens and then just make everything cohesive. Uh, I can never remember which one of those words to use, but cohesive, I think. Um, and use just the same name for everything, just for continuity. That's a good word. So if you think this is a terrible idea for some reason, then please let me know. But I just thought I would connect everything together, and so it'd be easier to find me in all the places. So anyway, today I want to have a little swatch party. A couple of months ago now, I guess, Van Dieman's, the ink company, did a big sale. My friend Deb told me about it, and she knew that there were a couple that I had my eye on, and they were, I don't know, really inexpensive, like $5 or $6 or something a bottle if you bought five, I want to say, and maybe free shipping. No, I think I had to pay shipping, but still, the savings, I mean, I can't remember how much these are normally, but it was a huge savings, like more than 50% off, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, it was worth it, especially to buy them straight from Van Dieman's for the sale price was a lot cheaper, even paying shipping, than buying from a US retailer. So I ended up with 8. Two of them I knew I wanted because I had samples of them from the last time I ordered from Van Dieman's, and I love both of these. So today I want to swatch all of these with you. I had to buy a new set of Col-o-ring cards and Col-o-dex cards because I am right at the tail end of what I have in my stash. Do I have any left here? Let me see. Oh, look, I have 2 Col-o-ring cards left, so I'll use these first. And I might have that same amount of Col-o-dex cards. So I bought some new ones, and a few more of those. Guess I've made less mistakes on these. So anyway, we're going to do this together. I don't think I need to open these today. I really thought I did. I didn't realize I had quite that many left over. And I now know why that was. It's because there are inks that I had and that I swatched on Col-o-ring cards that I used up, that I don't have those inks anymore to swatch them on Col-o-dex cards. Am I making any sense? Because that sounded really crazy. So there's my new pack of Col-o-ring cards. Of course, I'm going to keep this sticker because it's awesome. Look at that. I'll have to figure out somewhere to put that. And I just thought this would be a fun activity. I've had kind of a hard week, and so I thought, let's do this together. It's easy peasy, can kind of just talk through it. My desk is messier than I thought it was. Yeah, this will just be kind of an easy, low-key kind of video. This poor washcloth was pretty at one point with flowers on it. And now it is my swatch cloth. sorry. That's what I'll call it now. There's another one. Just a plain old purple one. Alright. I typically don't love to buy a lot of bottles these days because I just don't go through them. But I don't want to... Oh, man, I hate trying to open these and you tear them. But these are small. They're pretty small little bottles. What are they? Are they 30 mils, I want to say? Yeah, 30 mils. So they don't take up a lot of space, and realistically you could get through a bottle, without too much effort. It's not like buying the giant ones. So this is from Van Dieman's Harvest series. It's called Peanut Brittle. And let's see, I'm going to do my little setup here. I get a Col-o-dex card, Col-o-ring card. And here's how I do this. I use 3 tools. I use 2 waters, and I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Also, I got a new microphone, so I'm hoping that you can hear me pretty well. It came in a 2-pack, and so I can show you this one. I was so excited to get these little fuzzy ones. I was really hoping it would work well, because look how fuzzy. I love the fuzziness. But I have 2, so maybe one day I can have a guest. I do have the noise canceling turned on, so hopefully that is not sounding weird. If it sounds really weird, I might end up doing a voiceover. Did I say this color is called Peanut Brittle? And I'm hoping that it will be a good ink to use with my Esterbrook SD in Caramel. Ooh, this is really nice. It is a brownish yellow, which I kind of was hoping for. I mean, that's what I expected. I like yellow as a color, but as an ink, you know, it's kind of difficult. But when you go for these kind of brownish inks, brownish yellows, I mean, you can see them on your paper, and but you still get that kind of punch of yellow. Let's connect that. Oh man. Well, there's what it looks like with a drop of water on it. Let's see. Hey, my little Rudy. My little doggy's in here. Seeing what I'm up to. Should I leave it like this? Kind of like it. Why not? Secondly, I use a Browse Blue Pumpkin nib, and someone mentioned on a previous video that I probably need to wash it with some dish soap. And I probably do, but I did not do that before this video because it's not working it's working fine right now, but it's kind of not been working as well, and I don't think it's worn out yet. It's still pretty intact and everything. I don't know, but I just need to wash it with some dish soap. Wash it with some dish soap to get any oils off. Alright, this is Van Dieman's. And I'm not writing the collection name or anything. I'm just going to write Peanut Brittle. Peanut Brittle. Let's write it one more time. For whatever reason, I started writing these in cursive all the way across. So I'm going to keep that up. Am I going to think something's crazy with this ink, or am I going to remember that I put water on it? This is just a Jinhao nib that came out of a X450 or something that I hung onto and popped it into this little nib holder. I think it's a Speedball nib holder, nothing fancy. So there's our first ink. Hopefully this won't go too slowly. My desk is kind of crowded. I don't have a good place to put them. I'll open a drawer over here and line them up in a drawer. That will work. Okay. Numero dos. Let's stick with the Harvest series. I'm just going to rip these open. I'm not keeping these boxes anyway, most likely, so no point in... I'm sorry if you just heard a car horn honking in my neighborhood. This is Harvest Tasmanian Lavender. So, let's do our swatches. I like to use a paintbrush rather than a Q-tip. I do occasionally grab a Q-tip. Not for these so much because I like to keep them consistent. But I will use a Q-tip in another, a notebook or something to swatch an ink. But I don't know, I always wonder if you're going to get little cotton fibers in your ink. I've never heard of that being a problem, but I just haven't wanted to take my chances. This is a really pretty, like, bright purple. It's almost a neon purple. I don't know if you will be able to tell this. I think it's coming up a little bluer on camera, but this is like a bright fuchsia kind of background. Background is not the word, probably. I don't know. It's not just a straight purple. Like, this is a really nice color. Let's see if I can get this one to work. I don't really know why I do this part. I don't think it necessarily shows me that much that I don't get from the swatch and the name written on the card. But I started doing it, so I'm going to keep doing it. All right, let's see. Van Dieman's. Tasmanian. Lavender. Did you know that lavender is spelled with an ER? Lots of people like to spell it with an AR, like Lavandar or Endar. I know you didn't come here for a spelling lesson, but it's one of those common misspellings that I see, and I'm a spelling person. It's not like calendar, which ends in an AR. It ends in an ER. I don't know if maybe in another language or something it ends with an AR. I don't think so. But in case you're wondering, it does end with ER. Tasmanian Lavender. Alright, number 3, and I gotta open up these new Col-o-ring cards. Exciting. Anna at the Well-Appointed Desk answered my question on one of my videos and said that when your cards curl, these, I don't know, these don't curl as much, but the Col-o-dex cards have a tendency to curl. You can see this here, how they, from the side, you can see that a lot of them are curled where, you put a heavy ink swatch on there. She said to take the cards, the cardboard top and bottom, and put your, obviously I should be showing you the Col-o-dex ones, but take those cards and put your cards between them and clamp them together with like a binder clip or multiple binder clips and leave them overnight, and that helps cut down on some of the curling. And I did do it. It did help with some curling. It didn't make it go away altogether, but certainly something you can do. All right, let's go to another purple. This is the Wilderness series. This is Spotted Sun Orchid. Oh, I can see that now that I'm going to want to say Sun Spotted Orchid. I like my purple inks. This is not a shimmer. I know that one of these inks is a shimmer, but maybe only one. So let's see. Spotted Sun Orchid. I don't want this video to be forever long, so I'm hoping we're moving fast enough. So far, I have really liked I've liked the Van Dieman's inks that I've tried. I have shown you before Snowy Mountain Sunset. It is kind of too light for me. I can see that a lot of people would like it. It's beautiful. The colors are beautiful, and it has a golden shimmer throughout. But I don't know, maybe it just depends I put it in. I didn't have a great experience, but I also really don't prefer unsaturated. I do like some desaturated inks. I don't like dry inks. Here is Snowy Mountain Sunset. This is gorgeous. And in some swatches, it has a lot more of that minty green. But so far I just haven't found a pen that it works really well in. So if you have any experience with it and you have a pen that you love to use it with, let me know. I tried it in a double broad Kaweco Sport and something else. I lost my mind there. It's all right. Rudy's woofing at something. All right, Van. Come on. This ink seems kind of watery. Is it kind of, I don't know. Van Dieman's. What is it? Spotted Sun Orchid. Spotted Sun Orchid. Talking about dry inks. I'm wondering if this one is. It doesn't feel very lubricated. Like some inks on even just this nib, they just feel like they glide right off. Sorry, I can't talk right at the same time very well. All right, Spotted Sun Orchid. That is a darker purple, and it's doing what I find quite a few purples do, is it starts off a little bit redder, and as it dries, it turns a little bluer. Look at this Tasmanian lavender. So there's your comparison off the bat. Wow, look at that. That is gorgeous. I can't wait to put that in a pen and see if it stays looking as good as it does, you know, there. Because you never know. All right. I need to get myself in a little rhythm here. I feel like I'm struggling, kind of like I'm not sure what I'm doing, but that's okay. We're just hanging out. Oh, guess I could show you this. This is another Wilderness series. Black Tongue Spider Orchid. Do you like spiders? I don't like spiders. I don't hate spiders. I'm not too scared of spiders. I will say, though, that we don't have, you know, Australian-sized spiders where I live. But, you know, I was actually just talking to coworkers today, and they were like, one of them is like, I'm terrified of snakes, and another one said that they're terrified of spiders, and one is terrified of cockroaches. And I kind of told them, like, I don't like those things, but I don't know, okay, to be fair, I've never had to deal with, well, I do have one crazy story about us having to deal with a snake in college. And if I had to deal with a snake by myself, I would freak out. But like, I don't just automatically see a snake in an aquarium or something and go, that, think it's disgusting or scary. Like, I'm not just scared of snakes in general, Does that make sense? Or like if a friend, like I've been to a friend's house who had a snake in their house. They took it out. Like, it did not scare me, to have the snake out and around. So, and spiders, I will try to rescue them. I don't love to squash. I don't love to squish spiders. I try to take them outside if I can, because that's where they need to live. They don't need to live in my house. If for some reason I cannot catch it, then it might have to meet its death in my house, because I certainly don't want to live with spiders all around me. But there again, I'm just not really afraid of them. I mean, I don't want you to like pick them up and put them on me. Yeah, I would scream, but just to see one, it doesn't like terrify me. Anyway, spider orchids. We had these flowers in the town where I went to college. They were everywhere. I see them some here where I live now. And we called them spider lilies. And they were these tall, skinny stems, and at the top they had like a fireworks of, is it tongued? Black tongued? No. of red petals, and they were like little skinny red petals. If I can find a picture, maybe I'll put it on the screen. I always liked those. But we called them, oh, maybe the whole point of that is we called them spider lilies. Did I say that? I don't know if that's actually like one of their real names or if one of my friends made that up or something. So I'll find it out on the Googles and probably pop the answer on the screen. Here we go. Lovely, lovely. So this is really reminding me of all of the magentas that I know and love, including Monteverde, Gratitude. Okay, it's a little redder than Gratitude. Here's probably a Plume Desire. It's kind of very similar to that, I think. Maybe a little more saturated. Let's see. Dieman Deep Magenta is one that I had the blessing to try recently. It's not as like neon as Deep Magenta is. Not quite as like bright. And then let's think, what else? Robert Oster. No, Roar and Klingner. It's also a little bit redder than Roar and Klingner Magenta. Y'all, this is my color. This is not my favorite color like in life. Like, I don't want a lot of things that are this color, but in ink, I love it. It's very similar to Noodler's Cactus Fruit Eel, which is really good news. It's actually, in the writing part, it's not quite as bright. But Cactus Fruit Eel is one of my most favorite inks. You've heard that, me say that before. And my bottle, I think, is old. And the ink is too wet. And so I don't think it's worth like trying to add water to it or something to make it a little drier. I think I probably just need to let it go. I'm running out of room in my drawer over here. Why am I not taking a stack of these off? Thanks, Sarah. Use your brain. Alrighty. So next we have Van Dieman's Underwater series, and this is Moon Jellyfish. This is a shimmering ink. Okay, I couldn't remember. I've had these sitting in my house for over a week, I think. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look how beautiful. Okay, now I know why I got this, because I'm typically not a shimmer ink person. I think they're beautiful, and I think they're annoying because they don't always come out of the pen the way that they look in the bottle, you know. So, okay, let's go. See, I want like an agitator. Okay, so have y'all seen the Ferris Wheel Press carousel ink thing? Inkwell. I think it looks so cool. I am not a big Ferris Wheel Press person because they're just too expensive, I think. And I think they're just kind of overhyped, personally. I mean, there are some really good ones. Like, they're not bad inks. I just kind of think that they are too expensive for what they are. Like, I have plenty of Dieman and even Iroshizuku inks, I think, are cheaper per milliliter. Monteverde inks are really good. Like, I just don't need to spend $28 on 20 mils of ink, you know. But that little carousel spinny inkwell thing to keep your shimmer agitated, I think is super cool. It's probably like $100. I have no idea, but probably won't be buying it, but it is very cool. All right. Are you seeing this pink? This is incredible. Van Dieman's Moon Jellyfish. I vaguely remember dithering on whether or not to buy this ink because it was light and I figured it would be dry. But ultimately the bright pink is what really got me. I think I would have bought it even if it didn't have shimmer in it. and it probably will be dry, and I'll probably be a little disappointed. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want to put it in my Esterbrook oversized candy. I feel like this pink, along with the shimmery pink in the material, would just be gorgeous. Well, I guess we're done with this one. There we go. We'll do that. Oh, are you seeing this? Let's try to get all that shimmer off because I don't want to put shimmer in my next ink. Look at that. I can't see the shimmer very well. Well, I can see it down at the bottom better than I can in the wet part. So I'm sure you'll be able to see it once it dries somewhere. But that pink, I mean, man, the shimmer I could give or take. The pink is what I love. All right, we're opening another drawer over here to put these on to dry. Usually I have space like on the sides of my desk, and right now there are too many things. So, judge all you want. I have a messy desk right now. This is like a secretary roll top desk, and so it's not very deep. It is wide, but it is not very deep and wide. It's not. It's wide, but not very deep this way. So it's not a huge desktop, but it has lots of little shelves and storagey things. Let's see. Ah! There's some drawers. Anyway, can't show you it that way. I'm going to. Not going to work out. And I dropped the microphone. I'm sorry. Hopefully that's not too crazy. I'll cut that out of the video if it's too crazy. Okay. Number next, as my dad would say. Hey, Dad, if you're watching. Birds of a Feather collection. And this is Anna's Hummingbird Face. At first, I was really confused why this was called Face, but then I realized there was face, tail, wing, or something. And so it's colored based on the different parts of the hummingbird. So that makes sense. That's kind of cool. I think one of them might be called Throat. I mean, it's just weird to have a thing called Throat. And I might be wrong about that. That's what I remember seeing though. But these are beautiful bottles. Really, I wanted one of these Birds of a Feather bottles just because they are pretty, but also I wanted to try the ink colors. So this is another pinky. And yet, why do I ink my pens always with purple and blue? And I have so many pink inks that I do love, and I do use them, but I end up gravitating towards purple and blue more often, it feels like. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, man. Okay, this is reminding me off the bat of Lamy Vibrant Pink, I think. Maybe Califolio Andronopal is a great pink, but it is not as vibrant. This is pretty vibrant. And I'm using the word vibrant because I just said Lamy Vibrant Pink. Okay. This is a long name. I was about to dip this in the water. Alright, Van Dieman's. Anna's Hummingbird, right small, face. Ooh, ran out of ink. Face. Alrighty. If you're new here and you're wondering why I do two types of swatches, it's because one is organized by color. Told you I couldn't write and talk at the same time. One is organized by color and the other is organized by name, brand, and then color name. And so that way I can find what I'm looking for. Either I can find all of the pinks all together on the Col-o-dex to compare them easily. Honestly, usually I know what I'm looking for. I probably reach for the Col-o-ring more because I'm like, oh, I want to compare this to Dieman Deep Magenta, and so I will grab this one first. Because it kind of bothers me that I can't just go straight to the ink I'm looking for on that other one. Okay, not similar. In my mind, it was going to be similar. It's not. I think maybe if you took the sheen out and took this color pink and darken it up, you know, yeah, darken it, make it maybe more lubricated, that it would be similar, but it's not similar. So, Noodler's Autumn and Rose kind of nearby. I don't really think I have anything really like this. It's just really pretty. It's kind of turning a little more purple at the bottom as it dries. But in the writing sample, it doesn't look purple at all. It's a really pretty color. I am liking it. And I need to use up some ink and some pens. Here's what's also funny. I have been enjoying black ink and pens lately. Okay, so these two inks are the same as the two samples that I have from when I ordered the Snowy Mountain Sunset directly from Van Dieman's. They sent me these two samples. These are both from the Tassy Seasons collection. This is Huon Midwinter Festival. And this is a shimmery brown, and I love it. And like I said, I'm not a big shimmer ink fan, but this one is a big exception because I have enjoyed this sample. Well, you wouldn't think I've used it that many times because it's still pretty full, but they sent a full sample, and I think I have inked pens with this at least 3 times, maybe 4 times. And then this one, and we're going to do a quick little swatch just in a notebook. This is Native Cornflower. It's a bright blue. You know, some would say kind of boring, but I think it's a really great blue. I enjoyed using it. And we're just going to put a little swatch here in this notebook because I have already done these, but I want you to be able to see it wet just in case you're interested. And then I'll show you the swatch cards as well. So this one's from spring, which makes sense. And the Midwinter Festival is from the winter collection. Okay, didn't need to say that. Sounds dumb now that I say it out loud to need to point that out. So, Native Cornflower. It's a gorgeous cornflowery blue. I think it reminds me of Papier Plume Col-o-ring. So I will compare to that momentarily. And I'm not going to write the whole name. I'll just write Native Cornflower. Oh, this pen writes so much better on Tomoe River paper than it does on these cards. Not better, but like, you know, obviously smoother because it is smoother, Sarah. But I feel like I could write fast on this, whereas on this it's a lot more draggy because this is like textured. These Col-o-ring and Col-o-dex cards are a lot like watercolor paper. That's really what they feel like. They might be watercolor paper cut down to size, but they're probably something fancier than watercolor paper. All right, and last but not least, here is our Native Cornflower. Our Huon Midwinter Festival. Gotta get that shimmer mixed up into the bottle. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, my neighbor's air conditioner just kicked on. Let's see how much you can hear it with this noise canceling in this microphone. I'm really hoping this sound is good in this microphone. It's my first time using it. I've done a few little tests, but not anything major. Why am I holding this bottle? Like death gripping it over here. Huon, Huon. Midwinter. Oh, okay. Midwinter Festival. Yeah, what I found with this particular shimmer ink is that I didn't have to agitate the pen all the time to keep the shimmer moving. It showed up really well. I feel like a lot of times, tell me if this happens to you. I feel like a lot of times with shimmer inks, like the first couple of days that I use it, I'll see the shimmer in there really well. And then once it sits capped for a few days, it's like all that shimmer gets trapped in the feed or something. And so then the pen still writes, the ink still comes through, but it's like the shimmer just won't come out even if I agitate it. The shimmer just kind of gets caught up in there somewhere, and I'm just writing with a blue ink with like 7 specks of glitter in it, you know? All right, can you see this? These are beautiful. I really like these a lot, and I'll show you the swatch cards real quick. So here is that native cornflower. Let me compare to Poppy Plume Col-o-ring, which I have in a pen right now, which you would know if you watched my... Oh, look how right I was. I was really right about this. Sorry. Oh, wow, those are super similar. Super duper similar. And just for giggles, we can also look at Hiroshizuku Konpeki. Oh, which is not the same. This is not working. Not working very well, but it's brighter than the native cornflower. And here is, I'm going the wrong direction. Here is that Huon Midwinter Festival. Look how gorgeous. Oh my goodness. What I like about it is that it still writes really inky brown. Like the brown is really brown. It flows really well in my pen. And then that gold just looks so good. So yeah, like it almost works like a sheening ink, almost more than a shimmer. But it is shimmer, but it like almost comes across as sheen. Does that make sense? That might be a dumb thing to say, but that's what I thought about. So anyway, okay, we're at 37 minutes. I think this is plenty long enough. Let me know if you think for some reason that I should go back to Ginger Peachy stationery instead of Ginger Peachy pens. Let me know if you loved any of these inks. Sorry I don't have them all in front of me. Maybe I should. Okay, quick run through. Peanut Brittle. Let's get them back in here. Tasmanian Lavender. Spider Orchid. Black Tongue Spider Orchid. Spotted Sun Orchid. Oh no. Hummingbird. Anna's Hummingbird Face. And Moon Jellyfish. Oh my goodness, look at this. Moon Jellyfish. Here we are. This is our swatch party for today. Let me know which one is your favorite. Did you pick up any inks from this big Van Dieman sale? Do you have any other Van Dieman's inks that you love? I probably won't order them, at least for the time being. But if there's one that you think I really shouldn't miss, let me know. And maybe the next time they have a big sale, I can pick up a couple more, try them out, or get some samples. I am completely open to samples. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.